Hello everyone, my name is Aseem Singhal. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to discuss with you an intraday strategy, and the indicator that I generally use for intraday is called Awesome Oscillator. Yes, we are going to talk about how to use this Awesome Oscillator, when do I take my entries, when do I take my exits, what is my stop loss and what is my target. But before going further, as usual, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and like this video. So let's start the video. So in this strategy, since it's an intraday strategy, I use generally a smaller time frame. It can be a 5-minute time frame or a 10-minute time frame or a 15 minutes time frame. But the importance is that I use it with an indicator called Awesome Oscillator. Now, if you put in this Awesome Oscillator, you will notice that it has red and green bars. So the entry criteria that I use is when the Awesome Oscillator bar goes from below 0 to above 0. So when it does that and that above 0 line, the bar is actually green in color, that gives me a first kind of an entry that okay, this stock might be going up, but I want a confirmation. So at the same time, I also put a 100 moving average on the chart. So if the stock is above 100 moving average and I'm getting this green bar just above 0, that is probably one of the best times to enter this stock, and that is when I will do the buying. My stop loss will be previous swing low. So whatever is the lowest swing low, that can be my stop loss, or I can put a fixed stop loss of maybe 1% in case of stocks. Now, if the stock is in a momentum, that means if the stock is going pretty quickly up, then in that case, I will exit when the Awesome Oscillator gives me 2 red bars. That means the Awesome Oscillator is still above 0, but it gives me 2 red bars. That is a time I will exit this stock. In the other way around, if the stock is not in a great momentum, it is probably going slowly or it's in a sideways or a sluggish movement, in that case I just wait for 1 red bar and I will take the exit. So this is the example for buying. Let's talk the example for selling as well. In that, I am waiting for Awesome Oscillator to go from above 0 to below 0, and the bar that it makes should be red color. Again, that is only the first confirmation. I want a second confirmation. In that, I want the candlestick to be below 100 moving average. If both the things are true, I will take a selling entry. And again, based on how quick the stock is moving, I will take the exit when I get 1 or 2 green bars. Please note that the Awesome Oscillator will still be below 0 line, but I will exit when 1 or 2 green bars will come. And now I've noticed that you can do this in not only stocks, but also futures, options, commodity, and currency. It has actually worked in all different asset classes, so you can try it out. Let us now see some examples on the chart before we go further. So let us now see how Awesome Oscillator works in a little more detail. So I'll be talking about what is this indicator, what is the strategy that we use, what are our entry and exit points, and finally we'll see some bullish and bearish examples. We'll also see it on live charts. So as I said, this indicator really works well during momentum or during trending markets, because then it is able to give you very precise entries. So when the stock is just about to go up, this indicator will give us a buy, and similarly when the stock is probably going into a distribution phase or an accumulation phase, we will be able to exit. So as I said, this indicator not only gives us the entry, it also gives us the exit. So we don't need to have too many indicators on the screen, on the chart also. So as you can see, to add the indicators pretty easy. Just click on Awesome Oscillator, and then we will also be using the moving average exponential, and in that I will be using the 100 setting. So I will be using 100 EMA and the normal Awesome Oscillator. So let us see how this oscillator works. As I said, we can use in different time frames. I will show you some examples on 15 minutes, but I also use it on a smaller time frame like 5 minutes or 10 minutes because I do it for intraday. Now important thing is, whenever we are going for a long trade or a buying trade, then I want the stock to be above the 300 EMA. That is giving me a confirmation that yes, the stock is in a upward momentum. And similarly, if I want to take a short trade, in that case I want the price to be below 100 EMA. So this is very important for me, and I've seen that when I do this, a lot of the extra or unnecessary trades are skipped. So let us see some entry and exit points. The first step is obviously we'll put in our time frame. So in this example, I'm showing you Tata Steel on a 15 minutes time frame, and on the black side, this is the EMA, the black line that you can see. And you can see that the stock has been above the EMA, so we will only be thinking of long trades. Now what we want is we are looking for a time when EMA or when the Awesome Oscillator becomes from negative to positive. So as you can see somewhere here, the Awesome Oscillator goes from below 0 to above 0, and we see that at that point of time the candle was also above the EMA, so it was telling us that there is high probability that the stock would go up, so we can buy here. And as you can see, the stock went up pretty quickly. So this can be our entry point, and our stop loss can be either the moving average, so this can be our stop loss, or the second stop loss can be the swing. So those are the entries. And for the exits, again we have multiple exit criteria. Either we can go for a 1:2 risk to reward, or what we can do is, as soon as we see either one or two red candles on the Awesome Oscillator, which means somewhere here right at the top, we can take an exit. Let us see a couple more examples. So now I'm showing you the entry and exit points on a selling example, and I'm showing you Tata Steel on a 15 minutes time frame. This time we can see that the stock has been below the moving average, so we are only thinking of short trades, and this is the first time that Awesome Oscillator became less than 0 and it showed the red candle. So this is the time where I will be taking a short entry, and I can again put this as my stop loss. And you can see that the stock went down pretty quickly, and we can exit when the Awesome Oscillator started giving green candles. So somewhere right at the bottom, again right at the bottom is where we are taking the exit. So you can see that the exits are very precise. It is giving us a very good entry, and as soon as the stock is about to reverse, we are able to take the exit. Okay, let's see some bullish examples now, and we will be adding our 100 EMA. And I'm showing you the example of United Breweries on a 15 minutes time frame again. As you can see, the stock has just crossed the EMA, so it has the upward momentum, and at the same time the Awesome Oscillator is also giving us a green candle. That means we can buy it somewhere here, and as we can see, the stock went up really quickly, right? So our stop loss can be our previous swing low, and we can take an exit on this red bar, which is somewhere here. So as you can see, when the stock started to go in a sideways direction, that is when we were able to take a good profit of almost 40 points here. So 40 points is almost 3% profit in United Breweries. Let's take one more example of bullish trade. This time I'm showing you Gujarat Narmada, and again we can see that the stock has broken the EMA, so it has gone up. That means it might go up now, so we are looking for long entry, and this is the time where the Awesome Oscillator has also given us a green candle, so we'll be buying somewhere here, and our stop loss can be this. Now as you can see, we got the entry, but after only few candles we got two very small red candles. Since it has not moved yet, so I will skip these candles because I know that Awesome Oscillator generally gives me good momentum. So I will skip these candles. Once I've got enough profit, that is when I will start to think of taking exit based on Awesome Oscillator, and this is where I will take the exit. So this is my exit criteria. Let us see some examples on the selling side now. So on the short example, so let's see bearish examples. I'm showing you another example on United Breweries now, again on 15 minutes time frame. We can see that the stock has gone from above to below EMA. So this is the time, and at the same time we can also see that Awesome Oscillator has become negative. So it is giving us an entry somewhere here, and we can see that the stock really went down very quickly. So as you can see, Awesome Oscillator gives you a little confirmatory entry. It doesn't give you the entry right at the top, but the exits are very precise. As you can see, the exit is almost when the stock was about to be either sideways or it will go up. So it is giving us a confirmation entry, but exits are very precise and very quick. Let us see one more example before we look at the live charts on Nifty Bank Nifty. Again, we can see that the Delta Corp example, the stock has been below EMA. So we are only looking for selling entries, and this is where the Awesome Oscillator gave us a short entry, and it gave us a decent profit again. Now again, why would I skip these candles? Because it has not yet moved. As I said, if the stock gives us an entry on Awesome Oscillator, I will allow it to move, and only then I will take an exit. Otherwise, even if it goes up, we have an initial stop loss. So it's fine. Our stop loss can get hit, but I've not generally seen if just after starting, if the Awesome Oscillator starts to reverse, I give it some time so that I can get a good move in my direction. So now let us see some examples on Nifty and Bank Nifty. Let us now see some examples on Nifty and Bank Nifty. I've already added Nifty 50 here, and it's on 5-minute time frame. I've also added the Awesome Oscillator at the bottom, and this is the 100 EMA line. So let us see if we are getting any good entries. So as we said, we require the stock or that index to come down, and it should start with the Awesome Oscillator as well. So if we can see here, this is where it broke the EMA line, and all on the first candle itself, almost there we can see that Awesome Oscillator was also below the zero mark. So this is where we are going to actually sell. And what can be our initial stop loss? We can have a very small stop loss of the moving average. So it's a very small stop loss. And as we can see, the stock went down pretty quickly. And this is where it made two green bars. So almost here, this is where we will take the exit. So if we see what are our entry points, we were able to take an entry at 18,760, and the exit is almost at 18,700. So that's about 60 points. Right, so that's a profit of almost rupees 3,000 only on a single lot of Nifty. Let us see one more example. Again, we can see here that the Nifty crossed the EMA, and at the same time Awesome Oscillator also became less than zero. So we will sell here, and as we can see, this time since Nifty was not going down, Awesome Oscillator gave us a very quick exit. So it gave us an exit somewhere here. So it was almost like a break-even trade because there was no movement at the downside. So you will notice that Awesome Oscillator will give you very good exits, as we've seen. If there is a good movement, it will let you be in the trade, but if there is no movement, it will let you come out of the trade very quickly. Now let us see some examples on Bank Nifty also. Let us quickly check the Bank Nifty as well. So I have again added 5-minute time frame on Bank Nifty, and I have added the 100 EMA as well as the Awesome Oscillator at the bottom. I want to show you something, that how the moving average helps us. So if you can see here, during this time, moving average is completely flat. So it is telling us that there is no real momentum in the stock, and that is how we will not take any trades based on Awesome Oscillator here. Because if the moving average is not pointing either upwards or downwards, we will not take any entries. So this is where moving average is useful. So now let us see some example where we can actually take the trade. So as you can see here, now the moving average in this case has started to go up. That means moving average is telling us that there is high chance that the stock will go up. And at the same time, we can see that Awesome Oscillator has started to give you green candles, and there's good momentum. So everything is aligning up, so we can buy here. So this can be our buying entry around 43,400, and this Bank Nifty went up really quickly. And this is where Awesome Oscillator is saying that maybe the stock will not go up too much, because it has given us two red bars here. So this is where approximately we can take an exit somewhere here. So a profit of almost 1,500, not 1,500, 150 points. Almost 150 points in Bank Nifty in a matter of only 1 hour. And as we can see here, we were able to do this because firstly, the moving average was pointing upwards. Secondly, the stock had just broken the moving average, and at the same time, Awesome Oscillator had also become more than zero. So since everything comes up together, that is when we can take the entry and make some profits. So I hope you liked this video. We saw a lot of examples how we can use Awesome Oscillator to get very good entries in both long and short direction. If you like the video, as usual, make sure that you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thank you.